Hey folks, this is Rhykker with another Diablo lore video. In today's episode, we explore the Age of Magic and the War of the Mage Clans, the events that followed the Sin War. This is part 7 in a series where we explore the major players in the world of Diablo, from the Nephilim to Deckard Cain to Diablo himself, and give a crash course on what exactly is going on story-wise in this game series. Feel free to catch up on previous episodes if you haven't, and make sure to have subscription notifications turned on to be alerted of new episodes. Now, since it's been a while since our last proper installment in this series, let's quickly summarize what we've covered in every episode thus far. In episode 1, we covered the creation of angels and demons. In episode 2, we covered the creation of humanity. In episode 3, we covered how angels and demons infiltrated the world to trick humans into worshipping them. In episode 4, we covered the beginning of humanity's revolt against angels and demons. In episode 5, we covered the end of that revolt. And in episode 6, we covered the High Council of the Angels and the immediate aftermath of humanity's revolt. And in this episode, we're gonna cover what happened next. So to summarize where we left off, Mephisto and the Angelus Council had reached a truce. The angels handed over Inarius to Mephisto for eternal torture because he slept with his daughter, and Mephisto in return sealed off the breach in hell that allowed demons to pour forth into Sanctuary. Both sides agreed to leave humanity alone, not influence them, and let every individual human come to a decision on good or evil on their own. The World Stone was once again altered in order to prevent humans from unlocking their Nephilim powers. Human memory was wiped of the knowledge of angels, demons, or Nephilims. So basically the people that got their memories wiped, they just figured that the war that went on was just a holy war involving humans. They had no recollection of angels or demons being involved. It was just the Triune versus the Cathedral of Light, the followers, having this holy war that resulted in a lot of death. So now let's talk a little bit about Kehjistan. This is the region and sanctuary in which the Sin War took place, a large city in the eastern lands. It was the capital city of the region, and where both the Temple of the Triune and where the Cathedral of Light were based. Now, since the Primevals picked Kehjistan as their invasion center, the place in which they'd want to get a foothold into the world and spread as much as possible, it's safe to assume that Kehjistan was probably the most populated area in the world at the time, and some sources suggest it was the center of civilization. After the Sin War, the locals renamed Kehjistan to Kehjistan, so that they wouldn't continue to be associated with the name of a place where terrible things happened. You know, it's a branding thing. Bad Yelp reviews, you know how it goes. Now, we previously spoke about the Mage Clans of Kehjistan. If the Temple of the Triune and the Cathedral of Light were two major powers, then the Mage Clans were the third major power of the world. And with the two religions now having destroyed each other while causing untold suffering, the Kehjistani people were pretty donezo with the whole religion thing, so they turned more and more to the Mage Clans. Thus began the Age of Magic, an age of enlightenment in which the Mage Clans ruled over Kehjistan and suppressed religion. In fairness, the only two major religions that had emerged at that point were huge shams that nearly destroyed the world, so I think the mages weren't being unjust here. 3 major mage clans rose to prominence during this period: the Vizjerei, the Amuit, and the Ennead. Now, remember how we said that everyone's memory was wiped after the events of the Sin War? Yeah, well, some mages were powerful enough to not have that happen. So the mages got together, had a little powwow, as you do, and they decreed that no mage should ever consort with demon powers again. You know, since that's what started this whole mess to begin with. Now, we spoke about the Vizjerei clan a few episodes ago. They're the ones responsible for first summoning demons into Sanctuary. Well, somehow, they're the clan that rose to greatest prominence during the Age of Magic. I guess we just really believe in second chances. Gotta hand it to their PR department, they're really earning their blood shards. So the Vizjerei clan eventually grew to include thousands of sorcerers. They established military outposts and temples throughout the land, and they became the backbone of the Eastern Empire of Kehjistan. They even established the magnificent capital city of the empire, Viz-jun. Basically, everything was going great for the Vizjerei, and Kehjistan reached the pinnacle of its glory during this time. And this is like well over 1,000 years before the events of Diablo 3. So like one too many prom queens, Kehjistan peaked early. Now eventually, in a turn of events that no one saw coming, the Vizjerei, aka the Spirit Clan, whose greatest claim to fame is the ability to summon spirits, aka demons, got back to summoning demons. Quelle surprise. Thus began the Mage Clan Wars. As the other Mage clans learned of what the Vizjerei were doing, they tried to talk them out of it. That plan worked, and everyone lived happily ever after. And that wraps up this video. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to obviously that plan didn't work. So the other clans took the offensive with a series of political assassinations meant to weaken the Vizjerei. In retaliation, the Vizjerei sent their own assassins. And this tit-for-tat retaliation culminated in the tit to end all tits, a massive assault conducted by the Ennead and the Amwite clans on the bosom of Vizjerei power, the main Vizjerei Academy at Viz-jun. By the end of the assault, the Academy had been leveled, and every single Vizjerei at the Academy at the time was killed. And this is what escalated the conflict into an all-out war throughout Kehjistan that would go on for 7 years. The ruling body of the Vizjerei fled Viz-jun and went into hiding, where it began to consolidate its forces and plan a retaliation. Vizjerei mages began summoning giant demons to protect their estates. The Ennead and the Amwite forces won many battles against the Vizjerei, knocking out isolated Vizjerei outposts, but eventually they decided to direct the entirety of their forces for a full frontal assault on the main Vizjerei force. In their desperation, one Vizjerei faction tried to create an army of demon-possessed victims, although I'm sure with their PR department they painted it as being selected for some kind of a great honor. And the mages decided on selecting the Umbaru people of the Teganze jungles as their test subjects. So the Umbaru people, whom you might recognize as the witch doctors of Diablo 3, saw some of their people abducted and transformed into goat men or goat demons, aka the Khazra. There's more to that story, but we'll have to get back to it another time. Now, after 7 years of war, the Vizjerei were on the brink of defeat. So they finally decided to just summon a horde of demons, and the war instantly turned in their favor. Why it took them 7 years of repeated defeats to come up with this plan, I don't know, but whoever's idea it was definitely got a big Christmas bonus that year. Oh, I know! Demons! Let's summon demons! Why do we not think of this before? Now, having finally accepted that demons are the cause of and solution to all of their problems, the Vizjerei came to a philosophical divide on how best to utilize demons. Two brothers, both Vizjerei mages, became the de facto leaders of the two disparate philosophies. One brother, Horazon, believed in harnessing the power of demons by subjugating them to the mage's will, that a mage should be a demon's master. Whereas the other brother, Bartuc, believed instead in forging an alliance with demons, that demons are humanity's masters, and that loyalty to them would be rewarded. So as the Mage Clan Wars raged on, the Vizjerei found themselves in a formidable position, thanks in part to Bartuc summoning hordes of demons that he had no control over. Demons that just destroyed everything in their path. You know, just aim them at the enemy and you're good, right? Bartuc earned the title Warlord of Blood because he bathed in the blood of his enemies as part of a ritual to give himself tremendous power. That's not alarming at all. Horazon realized that Bartuc's plan, while it would certainly result in the Vizjerei winning the clan wars, would likely also result in the destruction of civilization and the death or enslavement of the Vizjerei once the demons run out of other things to kill and destroy. So just as the war was coming to an end and victory seemed assured for the Vizjerei, the philosophical divide led to a civil war within their ranks. The Vizjerei Council decided to remove Bartuc from command, which led to Bartuc turning his demon army onto his own people in retaliation. He unleashed demons onto the city of Viz-jun, and as the battle raged, Horazon and Bartuc themselves came to blows in some form of undoubtedly epic duel. Horazon came out the victor, killing his brother, but not before the entire city fell into ruins, with hundreds of thousands of deaths. Thus ended the Mage Clan Wars, with the Vizjerei and its rival clans in shambles. The power of the mage clans would be forever broken, and just like how the Sin War pushed humanity away from religion and towards magic, the Mage Clan Wars now pushed humanity away from magic and back towards religion, because apparently those are the only two things. Which leads us to the rise of Akarat and the Age of Faith. Now, who was Akarat, and what religion would he bring to Sanctuary? What will become of Horazon and the mages? And what's been going on in the Burning Hells? All these questions and more will be answered as we continue to explore this Diablo lore series. Stay tuned. Until then, be sure to get caught up on past episodes, including our 2 bonus episodes, one about Kanai's Cube and one about goblins. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to my Twitch and Patreon supporters for making these videos possible. If you like what you see on this channel and want to support the creation of more content, consider becoming a Royal Raider on Patreon, where your support is immensely appreciated, and you can unlock backer rewards like behind-the-scenes content, monthly virtual meetups, and more. If you enjoyed this video, please share it, check out these other videos, and subscribe to join Rhykker's Raiders for more Diablo content.